It reads like a Hollywood drama, but the report is based on alleged actions of 2 detectives with the City of Springfield Police Department, sex with a witness, use of illegal drugs, and repeated violations of policy.
Welcome back. It's Mayor Monday, and today we are joined by Mayor Mike McElroy from Decatur. Attorneys with the UIS Innocence Project are gearing up for an evidentiary hearing to exonerate a woman convicted of shaking a baby to death in 1994. The rash of shootings in Springfield continuing now for a 5th day. Officers at the intersection of 13th and Cass with at least 1 person being detained. They only got 1 warning, and it came from smoke detectors inside of the building. Walk with me a little bit. I want to show you something here. This top apartment up here, that's where firemen tell me that the fire started. You can see people inside of it right now. They're investigating, trying to determine what exactly caused this fire. That's Unit 8. Walk with me one more time. I want to show you one more thing here. Springfield Fire Department Investigation Unit. That's who's taking a look inside. That spot also significant. And here's why. It is the place where people who live here self-evacuated. Problem is, business owners say so few of us actually stop in. Now, the way one of these business owners is trying to change that isn't sitting well with this ward's alderman. Late last night, a fire engulfed their home, killing an infant and injuring 2 others. Hundreds of thousands of lives could be saved if only we did the right thing. I'll tell you what it is coming up. If you are going to have pizza for dinner, maybe you post it the day after so people don't know that you'll be at Pizza Hut at 5:43 p.m.
Right.
So
Which
they
means
can
you're
meet
not
you there.
at home where they can come in and
That
raid your
also.
refrigerator.
Republicans are accusing Democrats of dirty politics. That's after a House committee unanimously backed a proposal to spend $100 million in state funds on a Barack Obama presidential library. Among the yes votes, 3 Republicans. It is a battle between physical pain and emotional will. If you've ever run a long distance, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Severe weather once again threatening central Illinois. After a day full of heavy rain and strong winds, stronger storms are expected to develop. Good evening, I'm Shantel Middleton. The sudden death of a Springfield High School senior rattling the capital city. 18-year-old Jamaica Green was a passenger in a car that ran into a house late Friday night. She died 2 hours later. ABC News Channel's Rebecca Thurston joins us live. Rebecca, you spoke with her friends and her family. What are they doing to honor her now? Oh, Rebecca, thank you for that. Funeral arrangements haven't yet been finalized. We'll share those with you as soon as they are. 1 person is behind bars, but police are still looking for 2 others involved in a home invasion. Champaign police arrested 21-year-old Corey Coleman after he and 2 other men forced their way into a home on Hanover Court around 9 Saturday night. One of the residents, a 29-year-old, was stabbed. A woman there was punched while fighting off the suspects. Those suspects got away with a car but left it and ran on foot once police arrived. The stabbing victim was taken to Carl Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. If you have any information on those suspects, the ones who are still out there, call the Champaign Police Department or Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS. A man wanted for the armed robbery of a convenience store in South Jacksonville last week is now in jail. Our news partner, WLDS Radio, reports that 21-year-old Sean Fisher was found by police in Decatur Saturday and then brought to the Morgan County Jail. Authorities say on March 17th, Fisher robbed a Circle K gas station at Knife Point. He got away with an undetermined amount of cash. Details on his first court appearance weren't available. Fixing what's broken. The city of Springfield is about to embark on a multi-year, multi-million-dollar project to fix the city's infrastructure, especially the roads. ABC News Channel's Garrett Berger explains the amount of work necessary and how soon you'll see crews on the job. Garrett, thank you for that. This project isn't limited to streets. $3 million will be spent on sidewalk repairs, alley overlays, and drainage work. Washington has reportedly found a way to forget about the country's problems. Chances are you won't agree with it. That policy is to buy booze, and lots of it. According to spending records, the federal government purchased nearly $1.3 million of alcohol in 2013. That averages out to about $50,000 a month for wine, beer, and liquor. And it's nearly quadruple what the bar tab cost taxpayers in 2005. Our investigative media partner, the Washington Times, has been poring over the figures.
It's not her.
Get this, the State Department alone blew through $180,000 for liquor right before last year's partial federal government shutdown. For that, the State Department wins this week's Golden Hammer Award. Reporters found that federal agencies like to purchase booze in September for one reason, and for that one reason only. To read about it, head to our website and follow the link to the Washington Times.
Christina, thank you. Still ahead on Nightside, a ban on bossy, the new campaign that shows why the word can cut kids down and how it's okay for them to be young leaders. Deadly mudslide, the number of people killed in Washington state rising into the evening hours. The difficulties rescue crews are facing as the search for victims continues. Then shocking the shockers, how it happened, and more NCAA tournament coverage in sports with David Coy. In sports, the bad thing, though, about March Madness is that it ends in April sadness for all but one team.
All but one team. Only one can have the title. There's always one. But we'll have more coverage tomorrow with the NCAA tournament.
Perfect. Sounds good. That's it for us on Nightside. Sunrise this morning starts tomorrow at 5 a.m. We hope you have a great week, everyone.
Willow, we love you, and we're so sorry.
Days of searching turned up the news no one wanted to hear. Willow's grandfather says his son, 22-year-old Justin D. Reich, admits being with Willow when she died.
He did wrong. He went and tried to hide the fact. He got away with it until the next morning, then people started looking.
7-year-old Willow Long's body was found just outside of the Effingham County town where she lived. Hours later, the girl's uncle, Justin D. Reich, was arrested for her murder. Dale D. Reich says his son came forward with this.
They were at this time running through the house. He's chasing her. She ran outside. It's dark. There's a big pile of sticks on the other side of my thing. Some of them are sharp. She fell. One of them went through her neck and to her head. She was dead. He's scared.
Police have not confirmed that or talked about any details surrounding Willow's death.
I hope you fry. I hope you fry for hurting a kid.
But for some, it doesn't matter that the girl's grandfather, Dale D. Reich, says it was an accident.
And then how do you tell a 6-year-old your friend's dead and that they were killed?
We asked licensed counselor Hillary Lamontagne with the SIU Division of Psychiatry just that.
One of the most important things is for adults to be honest with children, but using age-appropriate language.
She says parents should tell their kids it's okay to be sad. She also says kids may have questions about their own safety.
Reassure that you are going to take your best precautions to keep them safe.
And as we know from watching this unfold, kids won't be the only ones grappling with Willow's death.
I just don't understand how someone could do that to her as a baby.
It is really coming down, and we have been out all day long at places like this, the intersection of Dirksen and South Grand. Now, with this much snow coming down in such a short amount of time, there are bound to be problems. And trust me, there have been. Throughout the city of Springfield, signs mark high accident intersections, but we found out today those accidents are happening all over the place. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lights change and vehicles proceed, slip sliding with caution over snow-covered roads. We set up on Lawrence Avenue in Springfield and waited near the high accident intersection for more than an hour.
We're trying to keep everybody as safe as possible to get home and possibly get some milk, eggs, that kind of stuff.
As honking, waving drivers rolled through steadily falling snow, we observed the city's response. 2 plowing trucks back to back and 3 City of Springfield patrol officers like Jeff Paoletti.
But sometimes just with the sheer number of people that are on the road, you're going to have more accidents and more trouble on the road.
They knew it would happen. Heavy traffic and poor conditions. In the evening, Springfield police abandoned regular assigned patrols to keep up with the number of accidents.
I saw that the light was getting ready to turn red and there was no stopping. They were so slick, there's no stopping.
Christina Ballinger says she rolled through the stoplight at 5th and Carpenter. With 2 grandbabies in tow, she would soon find her car in need of a tow. Now seeing firsthand how much of a slip and slide the roads can be, she is offering advice to the rest of us.
Very, very cautious. They're bad out here. They're bad. So be very, very cautious.
And you could probably guess it, but officers are absolutely ticketing tonight. They tell me the 2 most common types of citations are for driving too fast for conditions and failure to reduce speed. Any one of those will cost you around $140. We're live in Springfield. Shantel Middleton, ABC News Channel 20. Problem is, business owners say so few of us actually stop in. Now, the way one of these business owners is trying to change that isn't sitting well with this ward's alderman. Here's why.
Small business owners holding down the block in Ward 2 say they are struggling to survive.
Sometimes we feel like the Long Range over here on this corner because there's not that many business over here. We're trying to get businesses surround us so we can get business.
It's no stroll in the park for folks who actually live in the ward either.
We get people that are drug addicts, we get people that are alcoholics coming to this area, and they're trying to scheme or break in.
Many complaints and few solutions. She owns her house. It's the one thing that business owners and residents in the ward agree on.
An expanded liquor license to sell packaged liquor is not what's not going to be good for this area. It's not. It doesn't bring any kind of economic development into this area. That's what this area needs.
But 6 other aldermen and Mayor Mike Houston are listed as having requested an ordinance allowing a Class 2A liquor license for Bourbon Street Rhythm and Ribs. In business for 19 years, owner Bruce Clark says he spent 2 trying to make this happen.
What they're buying there at CVS, I could use that. It would help my business to thrive.
Every single business owner we spoke with on the block supports him.
I don't have a problem with him having, packaged liquor. As long as the people pick up the paper and don't throw the bottles around, we'll be fine.
None of those business owners, however, actually live in Ward 2. Even though actual residents tell us they're against it, we've heard from so few.
There are very few people over here who are homeowners. When you own your property, you want something better.
Simpson has long been fighting against having any additional liquor sales in this ward. Her fear is that if Bourbon Street gets the green light, so many others will want the same too. Live in Springfield, Shantel Middleton, ABC News Channel 20.